Welcome to a special episode of the Briefing Room. My name is Matt Bowman, and I'm your host of the Briefing Room, a show by Warriors for Warriors, a show dedicated to raising the bar in how you live your life. I have a special co-host today with me, Mrs. Quan Hurst, Chief Operating Officer of Career Communications Group. Hello, Quan. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you, Matt. I'm so excited. This is one of these historical moments that we'll be looking back on, and here we are talking
And,
about
and
it.
Quan, here we are making history. I mean, Artemis II, we are going around the moon today with our very own Captain Victor Glover, a 2017 BEA winner. And then next stop after the moon is Mars. Can you believe it?
I never thought I'd be here to see this, so this is so exciting.
It
So
really
exciting.
is. So our audience is around the world. We have over 50,000 people watching us on STEM City. We have K-12 students. We have college students. We have some of everybody. And over the next 9 days, because it's what, 9 days, Quan?
Yeah,
Yeah, 9 days we're going to be covering this. So
9 days. Wow.
9 days, count them nine. So as we kick off this show, I know we're going to have a few words from, the leaders of Becoming Everything You Are conference. So, Quan, who do we have first?
We have a message from Dr. Tyrone Taborn. He's the CEO of CCG and the brain behind STEM City USA, which we're being featured on today.
Oh,
So,
I always love Doc. Where's he at? Like, isn't he on a cruise somewhere off the coast of Florida trying to see this rocket take off and go into space?
yeah, he's probably sitting right rail side right now, waiting for it to kick off. So
Exactly.
we're excited. All righty, well, let's go to and just check out a message from him. He was nice enough to send it in, so he's excited too. So here we are.
Thank you, Matt, for that intro. Today is a special time for all of humanity as we return to the moon. I like to wish my good friend Victor Glover and the crew safe travels. Exploration is the basis for the advancement of science for mankind. Here I am right now on the ocean, which covers 70% of our planet. And yet, much of it goes undiscovered, just as the stars above us. I remember being a child and watching Americans land on the moon, and the pride that I had. I remember my good friendship with Guy Bluford, the first African American to actually go into space. We're at the dawn again of a great discovery and a great journey. A journey that's necessary for our long-term existence. Because if we don't go into space and beyond, perhaps we have a fate similar to the dinosaurs. So in this special moment, as this crew takes off, I wish them Godspeed, safe journeys, not just for them, but for all of mankind. Back to you, Matt.
Well, listen, thank you, Dr. Taborn, from wherever you're at in the ocean. We appreciate you, sir. And, he said it best. I mean, this is the start, Quan, of us leaving the planet Earth and going into our solar system, then into galaxies. There's more galaxies than there are sands on a beach. So we are, again, at the dawn of a great day and a great era. But, it's not just Dr. Taborn. There's hundreds of people that make up the Becoming Everything You Are ecosystem. So, Quan, who else do we have?
We have a message from our Vice Admiral Andy Wins. Now, he's the Stars and Stripes chairman. He is just an amazing leader. Super excited to hear from him. He wanted to be a part of this as well. So,
Okay,
are we ready?
Gray Eagle, number 3, I guess, number 4, I guess, after Secretary Penn, then Rear Admiral Chambers, Vice Admiral Davis, then we have our very own Vice Admiral Andy Wynn. So, sir, come on up and let's hear what you got to say.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Vice Admiral Andy Wins, BEA Stars and Stripes National Chairman. Today, we stand on the cusp of space travel. In just a few minutes, we will witness the launch of the ARTEMIS II mission involving a flyby around the moon. It is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you today, representing Bear Stars and Stripes, as we celebrate the transformative power of mentorship through our Becoming Everything You Are program. This initiative embodies our commitment to cultivating the next generation of leaders, thinkers, and innovators. And it is inspiring to see so many mentors, mentees, and dedicated K-12 STEM instructors gathered here today. As you know, mentorship is more than just a word. It is a journey that bridges the gap between aspiration and achievement. It is a commitment we make to empower others, to guide them as they navigate their paths, and to help them realize their full potential. Today, we are reminded of this essential truth through the remarkable example of Navy Captain Victor Glover, a true pioneer and an award winner in our very own program. As the pilot for the ARTEMIS spacecraft, Captain Glover not only embodies the spirit of exploration, but also serves as a beacon of hope and inspiration for young minds across our nation. For our mentors gathered here today, remember that you hold the keys to unlocking potential in those you guide. The journey of fulfilling one's destiny begins with belief in yourself, and a belief that you can inspire belief in others. This is the essence of mentorship, nurturing curiosity, supporting dreams, and fostering resilience in the face of challenges. To our K-12 STEM instructors in the audience, your role is critical in shaping the future of young innovators. You are not just educators. You are mentors who spark passion in the field of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. You equip students with the tools they need to succeed, instilling the confidence to pursue their dreams, just as Captain Ike Glover did. Your dedication to nurturing the next generation is what fuels progress and innovation in our society. To our mentors and mentees, I urge you to embrace this relationship wholeheartedly. Engage in open conversations, share experiences, and cultivate a culture of learning and growth, both for yourself and for each other. Remember, mentorship is a two-way street. As you guide someone on their journey, you may find that they enrich your life with new perspectives and ideas. In closing, let us honor the spirit of mentorship, inspired by the achievements of individuals like Captain Glover. Let us commit to supporting one another in this journey of becoming everything we are meant to be. Together, we can empower the next generation to dream boldly, soar high, and create a better future for all. Thank you.
You know, Quan, I absolutely love those remarks. You know, when we talk about mentorship, the 100 Black Men of America and the 100 Black Men of Greater Florida and Gainesville, you know, we have a motto: what they see, they can be. So for all of the 100 chapters that are replaying this video for their mentees and for their school children, that's really what it's about. I mean, Quan, what do you think about mentorship?
You know, I didn't have like a dedicated mentor and things like that when I was young that I realized. I think I just kind of, you know, got guidance periodically. But I tell you right now, that has been so critical for our students, our kids, and just the amount of people that step up and are there for them. It's just opening doors that we never even probably imagined when we were that age. I mean, well, you were a pilot, so you probably imagined a lot. So, but
Like big imagination.
yeah, there you go. But you know, I tell you, it's amazing to see so many people just putting in the time and dedicated, you know, to making sure our students have everything they need in life. I'm so happy to be a part of this, but I think mentorship is critical right now. Yes.
BEA.org if you need a mentor. 100 Black Men, Greater Florida, Gainesville, 100 Black Men of America. You know, we have mentors. This country is full of mentors. So for children who are in the country, who are baling hay, who are, you know, laying by land, children who are in the cities, all across this country, get into STEM. STEM is where it's at. And you know, Quan, as we talk about STEM, we got one of America's smartest engineers coming up. Ladies first, I'll let you do the honors.
All righty. So we have hailing from NASA, we have Dr. Lakeisha Bates. Come on up, ma'am. Come on up.
Hello, how are you guys today?
Keisha, we're great. We're great. How are
So
you?
glad you joined us.
Yes, definitely. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
All right. Well, listen, a few words about NASA, and then we give you the honor to introduce your mentor and a man who is a legend in NASA. And we're so excited to have him as we are looking in the background. You keep seeing me look back there because the TV's on and I'm watching the get ready for the launch. So over to you, Lakeisha.
Absolutely. So I am Lakeisha Bates. I am a
No. Dr. Lakeisha Bates.
I am a NASA engineer, a leader in the integration and test field at Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. For those of you who don't know, NASA has about 10 centers across the United States, and all of the different centers specialize in a different area, but we are one NASA working on one mission. So with this Artemis mission, many NASAs are working on that. Goddard's role mainly is primarily the science. And you say, okay, well, what is a mission, right? A mission is anything that is actually sent out of space, whether it be human beings or hardware. So when we say, launch and NASA, a lot of people only perceive NASA to be astronauts launching in space. But actually, the main thing with going to space is actually taking hardware to make measurements, scientific measurements that can tell us more about the planets or outer space or deep space or whatever the mission is at that particular time. So Artemis, the background of Artemis is we want to have a presence on the moon, not just be able to land on the moon and say we did it, but actually have something meaningful come out of the landing on the moon. We have several Artemises planned. The first Artemis took place a couple of years ago, and that was just to test the vehicle because we hadn't been to the moon with astronauts since the 70s. So the first Artemis just was sent up to prove that the vehicle was going to be stable enough to carry our astronauts that we are going to launch today. And that was very highly successful. So here we are today with Artemis II, where we are going to have astronauts launched into space to the moon, and they're going to rendezvous around the moon, which is pretty much take a ride around the moon, circle around the moon. And why is that important? Our astronauts need to lay eyes on the landing site so that we can bring back more information than we had before, right?
And Dr. Bates, is that what's so special about the landing site? And if you can tell us, is there anything?
Yes. So we are America, and we win the space race. But not only do we win the space race, we claim the best area on the moon. And the best area we believe on the moon is at the South Pole. And that's because there's a valuable resource there. And that valuable resource is water. We believe that there's ice on the moon. And so if we can get there first, claim that area, it can help us with our future Artemises, which is where we are going to actually build a habitat for the astronauts to live in for a period of time and conduct science while they're actually on the moon. And some people might say, well, why are we going back to the moon when we've already been, right?
That's my question.
Yes. So it's very important for us to go back to the moon because our ultimate goal is to get to Mars. And we want to build what we are going to build on Mars, but we want to build it in an area where we're familiar with so that we can sort of build a test bed there. And we can learn what we don't know and use that information to educate ourselves so that when we plan to go to Mars, we already have a test bed. We can say, okay, we went to the moon. We've landed on the moon, but this time we're actually with all of the Artemises. There's Artemis II, there's Artemis III, there's Artemis 4, 5, and who knows after that, 6, 7, right? We're actually going to build a house, if you will, or a habitat. And currently in my branch right now, in the machine shop, we are building the air ventilation system that the astronauts are going to need in their habitat to pretty much be able to breathe and get air, like we have air conditioning and heating in our homes. So that's going on right now in my labs at NASA Goddard, and I'm really excited about that. There's also a lot of other activities at NASA Goddard and other centers, but I can just speak specifically at NASA Goddard since that's where I'm at.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Dr. Bates. I mean, this is all super exciting. I mean, it's when you think of NASA and you think of as a child, I thought of Star Trek and Battlestar Galactica and really going into space. Buck Rogers and all those kind of shows. So, what's it gonna be like for the astronauts? I want to put a human side on it, or even better yet, tell us a little bit about the people on the ground stations. You have 4 astronauts, but you probably got hundreds of people leading it. So can you tell us more about you and more about Dr. Woodrow Whitlow and the other engineers?
Right. So the engineers on the ground, we are actively building, I would say, gadgets, if you will, or measuring instruments that we're going to use, or the astronauts, not we, the astronauts will use when they are on the moon for a period of time. And what we want to do is we want to bring back rocks from the moon. And so we need to determine, we'll have vehicles that will take up there. We'll have measuring devices. We need to determine from those measuring devices what would be the most effective rocks to bring back from the moon so that we learn the makeup of the moon and we learn more about how we can interpolate that data to understand more about Mars.
I'm super excited. You see me looking in the back because they're signaling. I guess it's all the excitement starting to really happen. Dr. Bates, we're going to have you on for your own show. The work that you're doing at NASA is absolutely amazing and so inspiring to literally millions of young Americans. So Quan and I are going to give you the honor of introducing our keynote speaker. Over to you, Dr. Bates.
Absolutely. Pleasure of mine. Dr. Whitlow was actually a mentor of mine when I was in graduate school in the Harriet Jenkins Predoctoral Fellowship. And he was very instrumental when I became a permanent engineer at NASA in guiding me and introducing me to the right people directly at my center. And so I would like to turn it over to Dr. Whitlow. He is very well respected in the NASA community, and he'll tell you all of the great things that he's done for us. And we're super excited to have him. So Dr. Whitlow, it's over to you.
Drum roll, Dr. Bates. Drum roll, Dr. Whitlow. Welcome to the show. I don't know what happened to my co-host, Quan. Quan has so many hats on. But Quan, there she is. There she is.
All right, thanks, Matt. Thanks, Lakeisha, and thanks, Quan. And I also want to thank my good friend Tyrone Taborn for this opportunity to say a few words on this historic occasion. In just a few short minutes, the Artemis II mission will rocket toward the heavens and return humans to the moon for the first time since December of 1972. This is an inspirational moment, an inspirational time that I hope will change the course of many young lives. On May 5th, 1961, Alan Shepard became the first American to fly in space. And that is when I decided that someday I would join NASA and I too would fly in space. I was 8 years old at the time, and I started getting ready. I grew up, I went on to MIT, I earned bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees in aeronautics and astronautics, and went on to start a career with NASA, only to learn that I could not see well enough to qualify for the space program. But that did not deter me. I went on became what I think was an excellent researcher, attained executive leadership positions within the agency, including director of the John Glenn Research Center, became good friends and buddies with John Glenn, deputy director of the John Kennedy Space Center, and associate administrator for mission support, reporting directly to General Charlie Bolden, 4-time space shuttle astronaut. So along the way, I was on console when we launched the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, which was up mapping out sites for astronauts to land on the surface of Mars. Led development of technologies for the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which, as Lakeisha said, was used to map out optimal landing sites for moon missions. And at the Langley Research Center, which is where I started, I had the privilege of becoming good friends and working with hidden figures, Mary Jackson, Katherine Johnson, and Dr. Christine Darden, and
Dr.
many
Whitlock,
other.
you worked with all of them?
Yes, I certainly did. and in fact, they're all AKAs. And when my wife they were establishing the chapter of AKA at the Christopher Newport college at the time, it's now university. When my wife was, they were the ones who brought her into the sorority.
Wow.
So,
And they say 20 pearls for 20 girls. So that Alpha Kappa Alpha and the Grand Nine have such a rich history.
yes.
What was it like meeting those women and having them be mentors to you as you mentored Dr. Bates?
Well, when I was there, when I got to Langley, of course, those women were already there, and I worked on the Air Force Base side, and they were on what I call the Langley Research Center side, and they were always checking on me. Go see how that kid from MIT is doing. Make sure he's all right. And occasionally Mary would take me down to her house for lunch. She lived on Queen Street in Hampton, and she would take me to her house and she would tell me the ropes. This is how you get ahead here in Langley. These are the things you do. It's what you don't do. And I remember one thing she told me was, if you ever buy a new car, don't drive it out here for 2 years, because they'll look at it and say, he doesn't need a promotion.
He's been paid too much.
So, I bought my wife
today.
a car and I took it to work because I had to get it inspected in Virginia, and I parked it in the parking lot. And, one of my coworkers looked out the window and said, I've never seen that car before. I wonder who it belongs to. And I didn't say anything. I just kept working.
That's right. Kept working. Head down.
Yeah. So it was great working with them. And like I said, they looked out for me and had a tremendous hand in my development, in my progression through NASA. And, today we wish Godspeed to Reed Wiseman, Christina Cook, Victor Glover, and Jeremy Hansen. And I will just say this: space exploration is the most productive of anything that we do. In the U.S. space program, it generates a massive impact on the global economy. And if you look at NASA's budget, NASA contributes over $75.6 billion in total economic output in the U.S. NASA supports more than 305,000 good-paying, high-paying jobs across every state in the nation, provides almost $28 billion in labor income, and of course generates billions of dollars in state and local tax revenue. And so this investment in the space program spurs high-tech innovation. It supports jobs in every state, generates billions of tax revenue, and there is an undeniable link between scientific and engineering excellence and innovation and economic prosperity. Yeah. Those things go hand in hand. And so to achieve what we're trying to do with space exploration, we need everyone to be on the leading edge of technical excellence and innovation. And that means our kids too.
Tell it, Dr. Whitlow.
You know, so that's why every effort that we have to increase the number of Americans, including underrepresented minorities, obtaining degrees and faculty positions in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics must succeed. We don't want to try, we have to succeed, because we can't do this without STEM. And I'll just close by saying Dr. Freeman Hrabowski, president of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, said that his grandmother always told him, "You are special, but you can be better." So to all of our young people in the audience, I will say you are special and you will be better. And one day the history books might write about one of you. She, I said she, or he was the first to walk on Mars. And that will be a remarkable thing for which to be remembered. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Dr. Whitlow, you know, you always show how special you are, sir. It's an honor to have you on this show on this momentous occasion. We're gonna now go to church. In the words of my friend and mentor, Tony Hill, Watchman, Quan, what time is it?
It did have 9 minutes, and then now the countdown just disappeared off the screen on the live. So
Okay.
I don't know if we went into a whole period or what.
Yeah, they did have a hold on a little bit ago. I mean, I know you guys may see the little superimposed screen down there. It's kind of tiny, but they stopped at 10 minutes for a while, and then the launch went back on.
I love it.
Oh, there it is. Now it's back again. It's 8 minutes, 7:58, 57.
7 minutes. So this is what I want to do. I have some young people here in the audience, and so Quan, I'm sitting here seeing the questions come across the screen here. So Dr. Whitlow, Dr. Bates, we're going to go ahead and take some questions. And the first question is for you, Dr. Bates, and it says, what inspired you to be an engineer?
Well, I'll tell you, I was actually in high school. I was a student athlete, and my coach was also the school counselor. And so he made sure that, number one, we were eligible, but when he saw my grades and saw that I had straight A's in science and engineering classes, he recommended that I take a series of tests to determine what would be good for me to go into. Engineering came to the top of the list. And so he took me to a few mentors, showed me exactly what engineers did. And then he recommended that I go into electrical engineering. And I did, loved it. And 21 years later, working at NASA, I'm still in love with being an engineer.
Wow. Fantastic. Okay. Quan, I'll let you take the next question down there. Over to you, Quan, for that one.
Okay, let's see. I can see it. I see one here. It looks like it's from, what are we going to the moon for?
Yes. Dr. Whitlow, you want to take a crack at it, or you want me to?
I'll take a crack at it. You know, as Lakeisha says, Dr. Bates said in her remarks, the ultimate goal is Mars. Mars could be, depending on where it is in its orbit, round trip, it could be 500 days away there and back. That's a long ways to be from home. If there's some issues that come up, the moon's about 3 days away. So the moon is a good place to go to practice living off the planet on the surface of another heavenly body, to practice, test out all the technologies that are needed, say for a Mars mission, to be on the surface of Mars, and in what I would call not a safe environment, but certainly compared to being so far away on Mars, in a relatively safe and a close environment that's close to home. And So go there, test the technologies, test the things that we need for what I call deeper space exploration.
Right.
Wow. Wow.
And we don't know everything that we need to know about planets, but we do believe that there is a commonality between all of the different planets. And so as scientists figure that out, the more we go to planets like, well, spaces like Mars or the moon, we learn, we do science there. We gather the rocks, just like if an alien, we would say, landed on the Earth, they would gather the information that they need and put it in a chemistry lab and see what that's made of. It helps us to determine where life began, what Mars is made of, what to expect from all of the other planets. So it just educates us more with just not knowing and learning about the Earth, but knowing and learning about other planets that we'll visit in the near future. So this mission specifically, the Artemis mission, will be gathering science on the moon to help us to determine what the other planets are made of as well.
Wow.
And if there was any life.
Thank you. Wow.
Well, Dr. Bates, I'm gonna tell you, and I was joking with Quan, and what I really want to know, I don't even know if I can ask it on this podcast, but hopefully when I get a chance to meet those astronauts, I'm gonna ask them the question that is on everybody's mind: is did you see the aliens? So that is what I'm gonna ask them once I see them.
They're static. They're static.
Going around the dark side of the moon.
Yeah, sorry, technology. Can't hear you.
Out of it. Okay, next question.
That's right. Next question. All right.
Well, Matt, I'll tell you a story of doing one of the shuttle missions, and the commander was telling me the entire crew for the mission was below deck, and they heard something knocking on the outside of the shuttle, trying to get in, and it kept knocking and it kept knocking, but they all were down in the mid deck.
Wow.
And so the commander said, "Well, I'm the commander. I guess I need to go up and see what's going on." And as it turned out, it was one of the KU band antennas on the outside of the shuttle was trying to find Earth, and as it turned, it kept hitting the outside of the shuttle. So that's what was knocking, trying to get inside.
That's not.
I bet it was awfully quiet at that moment. Everybody's faces were
Very quiet. All right. Well, Dr. Whitlow, I see another question. And
well, I got to say this. We are 1 minute, 53 seconds away.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's time to bring the kids on. Where are the kids? Bring your kids. Bring your kids out. Come on.
Let's take it to the live feed. We have a special live feed for our audience directly from NASA. Dr. Whitlow, sir, thank you. Dr. Bates, ma'am, thank you as well. We're going to go to the live feed, and then we're going to bring the kids out for the last 30 seconds.
My pleasure.
All right, this is really exciting, Matt.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and how long do we have?
There it is in the top, 1 minute and 14 seconds.
1 minute and 14 seconds. Listen, I think there's some kids at some of the other sites in Maryland. Do we have kids at that site?
Let's see, I've got Lieutenant Jeff, who's waiting.
Okay. Well, listen, if nothing else, we're going to bring these Florida kids out here, and then we're going to do just like they do in
Come on, bring them out. We got 40 seconds.
Bring them out. Bring them out. We're going to bring them out. So the next. And then Quan, how much time do we have?
The countdown went away again. I'm waiting for it to come back. Oh, it's firing. Oh, look at this. This is, oh my gosh.
This is historic, Quan. Kids, you can talk to the audience. Hello.
Hello.
15. Count down for 15.
14, 13,
12,
12,
10, 9,
9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Woo! Come on, let's take it to the feed.
Whew. Look at this.
wow.
3 miles.
That's amazing.
All right.
Traveling more than 1,200 miles per hour.
And we are leaving the planet. We are so proud of Captain Victor Glover. He is leaving Earth. Quan, can you believe it?
Amazing. Okay, I really think I'm actually seeing this. This can't be. That cannot be the rocket. I'm looking outside, and there is something.
Passing 1 minute. Approaching max Q.
On, Ponce de Leon. Stan, we have you loud and clear on Ponce de Leon. Have you the same?
Communication signal transfer confirmed as integrity and its crew go supersonic. Approaching 90 seconds into the ARTEMIS II mission. Integrity is.
This is incredible. Listen, salute to the brother, Captain Victor Glover. You know, on behalf of Sigmas everywhere and Divine Nine, we are sending one of our own into space. So, you know, shout out, go mob to the brother. And yeah, let's keep it going.
1 minute 50 seconds of mission elapsed time. Standing by for main engine throttle down to 85%. Ahead of solid rocket booster separation expected at the 2 minute 9 second mark.
And so as they're leaving, they're traveling, you know, thousands of miles an hour as they're leaving Earth, heading to the moon, over 250,000 miles to get to the moon. So Quan, this is a historic day for the Becoming Everything You Are family, to the ecosystem of 50,000 engineers. We're super excited.
Performance nominal, upper stage RCS ready.
These are like my favorite to see photos from.
It
That are looking back at Earth from.
Oh my God. So, you know, Quan, Captain Glover was our 2017 Becoming Everything You Are.
That's right. Oh my goodness.
Upper stage confirmed in a ready state ahead of service.
And look, the upper stage parts of the apparatus separating as they're continuing on to the moon.
3 minutes into the flight. Integrity 49 miles in altitude.
I hope he knows how proud we are of him.
Oh, and listen, what they say, ice water in his veins. It's just the amount of courage. To him and his family, our prayers to all four of the astronauts, the 3 Americans and the Canadian, just for humankind. What a achievement for all of us here on this third rock from the sun, the spinning big blue marble, that we're going out to see who else is in the universe with us. So Godspeed to all of them, and our prayers are with them. Fair winds and following seas, and all those prayers and hopes.
And Houston has you loud and clear on Tigris at the Carmen line. Outstanding, Stan. We have the same.
This is so amazing.
It really is. And listen, and as we continue to, you know, watch this rocket, you know, Captain Glover is the latest in a long line of Black astronauts. And so I think we have Jeff Scott, who's there's an Association of Black Naval Aviators. And Jeff is our historian. He knows the history of every single African-American aviator. And there's only 400 of us. So if Jeff is there,
yes.
Let's
bring him on.
Hey, Matt.
Buzzard, how are you?
Doing good, doing good. How you doing tonight?
Fantastic. Look, I'm so happy. And listen, I'm about to go to the farm and go to the winery and hang out and celebrate and pour some out for the brothers and the men and the women who've left the planet. So
yes, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Quan, how you doing? Jeff Scott, Lieutenant USN retired.
Hello, nice to meet you.
You too. You too. Absolutely.
So Buzzard, Quan and I are hosting this show, and
Glad to be part of it.
Thank you, Quan. Take it away, Quan. Take it away. Let's hear about Lieutenant Captain Glover.
Oh my goodness. This is a 2017 Bea Award winner for the Navy. So this is just phenomenal that we see so many of our Bea Award winners do amazing things in STEM and engineering. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. So look at the people out there. Oh my gosh.
Look at all those faces. Look at,
yeah.
400,000 people, over 400,000 people have gone to Kennedy Space Center to see this. And so, Jeff, go ahead, tell us about the astronauts, the history of Black naval aviators and the relationship with space.
Hey guys, here's the deal. We've made some nice strides in naval aviation over the years, starting with Jesse Brown, and just worked hard to do well and show that we can do well in the community as well. We've flown literally everything the Navy's got. We've done well in every community, and a lot of our guys have strived to become NASA astronauts. A few to come to mind are General Charlie Bolden. He was one of our first A6 driver from Vietnam, and he flew space missions with NASA. And there was Captain Winston Scott. He flew missions. He was an F-14 pilot. He transitioned from flying jets and went to NASA. Captain Commander Bob Kerbeam was another one of our astronauts. He was a Rio, F-14 Rio, and he got a chance to fly with NASA, do missions with them. Captain Victor Glover, obviously flying now, is one of our latest to do it. And I believe there's some other people in the program over the years that have gotten to do as far as either support systems personnel, like Dr. Mae Jemison, for example. She's worked with us, not Navy, but just definitely, a trailblazer doing well. And this is something that, for people that have wanted to do this, it's awesome to see it happen, because NASA and NASA missions benefit everybody on this planet, everyone. Because space travel, what you learn up there, what we learn about the atmosphere, what we learn about outer space, what we learn about other planets, this is a benefit to all mankind. So it's an awesome opportunity to see these guys go up. And along the way, we've lost a couple brothers. We lost Ron McNair in 1986 with the Challenger. And then in 2003, we lost another guy, I forget his name. He was in Columbia, I believe it was, in 2003 when it broke up, unfortunately. So we've had our challenges, we've had our losses, but it's definitely a career worth pursuing and doing well. And like I said, this is something that benefits all of mankind, going up there, because these guys are coming back and they're doing research that benefits the entire planet. So it's definitely a humanitarian mission. And for somebody, who's wanted to do this their whole life, no matter where they're from or who they are, it's always good to see something like this go off without a hitch and go up there and do well. We pray Godspeed that everybody comes back safe and they're going to do well, get their mission done. And, like they all said, this is just the beginning for future Artemis missions. This is the beginning. So there will be future Artemis missions coming up. And as a result of the first one, they can learn. Like Matt will tell you, being in naval aviation, lessons learned. That's what we live by. Lessons learned. When we do things as far as what we learned.
Well, Buzzard, I'm telling you, I got the flag here. Seeing this, I just want to say, USA, USA. So this is such a historic day, such a historic day for the Becoming Everything You Are community, such a historic day for our nation, and such a historic day for Black Americans. I mean, so proud of Captain Glover. He
Absolutely.
has continued to raise the bar.
Yeah.
This show is about people who are raising the bar, and he continues to do it each and every day, as so many of you have. Quan, we're going to now bring this show towards the end. I'm going to introduce the final part of this show, and this is, America Pride. Coming from that low country Gullah Geechee all the way through. Hey, it's USA Pride. So I'm going to go ahead and go off the screen for a second. The next person that you'll see is Dr. Crystal Bowman, and then she's going to introduce the finale of the show, and then we'll close with what we should close with on every single evolution, and that surprise will be here in a second. Jeff, thank you, Buzzard. I appreciate
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
at
Lieutenant
Aviation
Scott.
Day for the 100 Black Men of Greater Florida, Gainesville. Quan, I won't see you. I'm going to jump off and leave you and Dr. Crystal to wrap up this last part. But to the entire audience, to the kids across the nation, to the HBCUs, the PWIs, and all those who are watching it. This is a great day for the entire humankind.
All right. So let's just wait and see. We're waiting for Dr. Crystal Bowman. She's going to come on and give just a little introduction. So we're super excited to share. We're waiting for you, Crystal. I'm super excited, everybody. This has been amazing. Oh, there she is. There she is. You know, what an opportunity to get to sit and watch this launch like this, you know? I mean, I know we all couldn't be there. So, hey, you know, we've got tools that we can use now, and STEM are amazing. We got to see it, share it, and talk about it, and we're from all over. So thank you for joining us, Dr. Crystal Bowman.
Good evening, everyone. I'm just so happy to be a part of this epic scene we had today. And I just have a special treat for you. We are bringing the HBCU National Choir, and they're called 105 Voices. This is history. It's a premier national choir bringing together 105 talented student voices representing all across the USA. All 105 historically Black colleges and universities. The choir originally launched in 2008 with the support and partnership with the John F. Kennedy Center, giving national recognition to National HBCU Week that is honored in September of every year. The choir celebrates this rich musical heritage, cultural legacy, educational excellence of HBCUs throughout powerful world stages, presenting spiritual, gospel, classical works, and contemporary choral music. The national performance is beyond the performances itself. This is rooted in academic enrichment and professional equipment, providing students with transformative experiences that prepare them for opportunities both on and off the stage. So the next voice you hear, the HBCU National Choir.
All right.
It is our honor to present the United States National Anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming,
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs burst